In this video, we'll actually be taking a look at how do we get this Card.Title, Card.Body, Card.Actions, which in reality is just specific components that are grouped under a card component, which also is a component. So we see this pattern a lot if you use UI libraries in React Native, such as React Native Paper. So we can see the card and other components as well, app bar, avatar. But for now, we'll be taking a look at card. So if we take at Card.Actions, it's the buttons. Yep, just a view rendering children under it. So card.content, and then card.cover, which is the image, and then card.title, which is just a text component. So why did they even bother with this kind of pattern in the first place? So it helps with organization. So it tells you that this specific component is under card. It's not just a regular or generic title component that you just put somewhere. Instead, it's very specific as to which parent component it belongs to. So it makes it easier for the developer and makes it easier for the maintainer of this package or library. So how do we do it? As you can see, I've implemented my own custom card component that implements this very same pattern. So my preference for this video is actually the card component from the React Native papers card component. So looking at it, it's very complicated. There's lots of things that they have already added together with the React Native paper library, but we'll be taking the very lean and core things in this video. So let's get started. So to start, we'll actually switch to another branch. So let's just call it Subcomponents Demo 2. So we'll take it from the main. After I get rid of our changes, we'll check out again Subcomponents Demo 2. So this library, I mean this this repository is actually just a generic Expo starter project which you can make using the Expo CLI, or you can find it on my GitHub and download it for yourself, which also contains subcomponents demo that you saw earlier, which was already completed. So to start, we need to create our component first, the card component. So as usual, I'll create a folder called src, which is a generic pattern, a generic folder structure pattern, and create under src components. And then for the card, we actually make a folder, and then we start with creating our components. So we have a card. So let's create card.js. We have, I think, Card.Body. Then for the other one, we can call it Card.Title. And then for the last one, we'll call it Card.Actions.js. So we'll skip the tedious part where we have to create the component JSX. So I'm using extension called ES7 plus React / Redux React Native Snippets. RNFES will generate the component for us. So let's just save that for now. We'll change it later. RNF yes. Then the format with prettier. Yes, so now we have the 4 components ready to go. So now, let's just change it up. We know that card is a view that renders its children. So, following that pattern, go just render the props at children, which is the usual React Native props. So, style. Let's give it a style. Let's call it card container. Styles.card container. And then maybe we'll give it a margin. When it appears on the screen, it won't eat up the edge. And then maybe we add the space inside, padding. Okay, let's just settle for that for now. Maybe add a border width, then border color. Maybe it's a little rounded, border radius. We can customize style props in your own time. For now, we'll keep it all fixed for the sake of this video. So we have card. Then for Card.Body, we'll keep it the same. Passing in a children. Props of children. It will just render children. Then style. Maybe we give it a background color to make it distinct. So maybe blue, or maybe red for now. You can change it up later. Then I think that's all we'll do it for now. And let's go to Card.Title. Card.Title doesn't render children, but it is a text component. So in this text component, maybe we'll accept a prop called title. And then for the style, let's just make it all fixed. Maybe make it bold. And then make the size big. Just to give it that distinction. We can always fix it up later. And then for the Card.Actions, maybe a background color of blue. And then you render the children again. And then let's just change the styling later after we've already seen it work. So now we have our Card.Body, Card.Title, and Card.Actions. So for now, these aren't connected, even though they are under the same folder. So what you will do, and this is what the source code of the card component of React Native Paper actually does. It assigns a key under the card component, which is the parent, and assigns it the imports. We will import card content, card actions, card cover, card title here. So for us, we call it Card.Body. But for this one, we'll start with title, of course. So card title. We can auto import that card body. Next, Card.Actions, and we're done. This format. So there we have it. This is this is actually the gist of what you need to do. So to actually see this in action, we need to open up our emulator, remove the code, maybe remove the styles, and then we import the card like so. So under card, let's define card.title. Title is card 1. Okay. So next, let's put a body. Under the body, let's put a text, card content. And then for the card actions, card.actions. So let's put buttons, title, okay, and another button for canceling. Okay, so this doesn't look very good, but we now can see that the components that we used, with the components we created and placed under card, assigned to card, is now working as expected. So now we can clean up and use it properly. So let's start with this one. So let's put it under safe area view in order for us to see it properly. Yeah, so there we go. So the card. So we didn't. So where is that border? Border width. Oh, so border color was actually wrong. So black. So we have border color and the radius around it. Then the card content, maybe we can add a padding. Then maybe we only add vertical. And then we take away the background color since we can already see that it is working as expected. Then card.actions, we remove the background color as well, but we assign a flex direction of row, and then we place it at the right. Okay, so there we have it. Yeah, we finally created a proper card, just like the card of React Native paper, although much more simplified component. Though you can expand what we've made here in order to support your use cases and the props you want. Yeah. So check on Android as well. So the only thing left to do is create, check on our app, maybe add some space. Yep. So now, to see it being generated multiple times, to mock it, for example, you can write dummy array Then we can place the card inside of it. Then we map it. And then the number, which will be passed to each iteration, will be mapped to a card. Let's give it a key. So let's assign the key for now to be the number. And then let's replace the generic card number with an actual number based on the number being given in the dummy array. Yep. So now we generated 3 using our new custom card component that has its own title component, its own body component, and its own actions component. So you can easily expand this concept to other components, like for this one, avatar. They have avatar, that icon, image, and text. And then app bar action, and so on. And other UI libraries also implement this card. They have their divider, and then subtitle, title, image, title. It's very much the same things, but the pattern is there. And now you know how to make that pattern for your own custom components, not just when you use their libraries. And then for reference again, you might want to check the React Native paper on GitHub and then go to SRC. So let's just go back. SRC, components, and then you check the components here. And then scroll down. They do a lot of other checks, other features, but what's important is this one, which is what we did in the video. So I hope this helped you a lot, and I'll see you in the next one.